among us does not want to blanket our home with Wi-Fi? We all do. We want to wrap ourselves in Wi-Fi and snuggle with it. Admit it, you do. But it always seems like there's never enough. I've tried expanders, extenders, and mesh networks, and so far nothing has stood up to the test. My 5-person home full of iPhones, laptops, iPads, Chromebooks, Apple TVs, and Amazon Echoes in every room. That's why I was excited to try the Starry Station, a Wi-Fi router with a touchscreen. First, let's get to setup. Now, I've never had an easier time setting up a router, and a lot of the ease of use of the Starry Station comes from the touchscreen. You no longer have to translate those secret messages of blinking lights or use a bunch of different devices to set up your network. Starry tells you what it's doing and walks you through the setup. In just a few minutes, I had set up a dual-band network and a separate 5 gigahertz network for my home with WPA2 encryption. Second, let's talk about what Starry shows you. The device displays your network performance in percentage terms. Now, I've been using Starry for about a month, and although I didn't do any official benchmarking, the speed of all of my devices seemed a little bit faster. However, even after reading through the manual, I'm still not quite sure what this percentage means exactly, and it does feel a little bit gimmicky. Starry also shows you each device that's connected to the network, plus all the devices that have previously connected to the network, and that's handy information to have. You want to know if someone's connecting to your network that you don't know. If you put the device in ambient mode, each device is pictured in a bubble, and then the size of the bubble corresponds to the amount of Wi-Fi that particular device is using. Let's take a look at the hardware. You can attach one device with an Ethernet cable, but only one. There's also a speaker and a microphone, which means in the future, Starry Station might work as a voice-controlled home assistant, but it doesn't work like that right now. Now, if you're a parent struggling to manage your kids' devices, Starry has some controls that might interest you. Now, personally, I think the best kind of internet monitoring is sitting down and talking to your kids about what they're doing online, but it never hurts to have a little more control over their phones and tablets, especially as your kids are learning to use them. Now, Starry lets you block and filter content, which I find of limited use, but it also lets you disable Wi-Fi access for individual devices for certain times of the day. Now, you can set up regular rules for bedtime or homework time, or you can block devices on an as-needed basis. So you can turn off the Wi-Fi on little Johnny's iPhone when he forgets to put his laundry away for the 99th time, or you can turn off Wi-Fi on your own phone when you find yourself constantly checking Twitter instead of living your life. Now, you can control some aspects from the touch screen of the Starry Station, but if you want more control, you download the Starry app and you get lots of features in the app. The biggest con of the Starry Station is the price. At $290, Starry is not cheap, and it's missing features that you might find in similarly priced routers. There's only one extra port for wired devices, and it doesn't have a USB port for network storage, and it doesn't have the same advantages of mesh network devices. But if the whole process of setting up a wireless network seems daunting to you, and you want more control over your kids' access to the internet, you might want to give the Starry Station a try. I am Megan Morrone, and I host iOS Today every Monday, and I host Tech News Today with Jason Howell every Monday through Friday.